It's okay for me to ask the special ed teacher if they can remain in the class if she comes and if I am reviewing for a quiz that they're about to take, or if I know that she could sit in during a lesson to see how she can modify it for the students to understand what I'm going to end up teaching and testing them on. Also, if I know she's not doing like a specific, if it's not a resource class, then I can have her sit in and co-teach with me, and we just communicate. And the reason I know she knows what I'm doing is because I share my lesson plans on Eduphoria with her, so she already knows what I'm doing all week long. So the way I plan my schedule around all the students that get pulled for special resource or for speech or for dyslexia for 504, whatever, I plan around that specific time. So if I know I have 15 minutes max to do a whole group mini lesson before they start coming and picking them up, I do a quick mini lesson, and then I put everybody in stations and pull small groups to continue teaching my main lesson in small groups. Okay. The only specialist that I collaborate with is Mrs. Cadena, our special ed teacher that comes in for push-in or pull out. She's the one I collaborate with. Again, we share our lesson plans on Eduphoria. She sees what I have planned, and if she has any questions, then we'll talk and then go over how I'm going to teach it, and then offer her any materials that I've already modified for the specific students she works with. I speak with Mrs. Cadena on a daily basis on the kids and what we're working on. Even though they're not with me that week, every day we still have some type of communication. You know, especially early in the mornings, we get together, we walk early in the morning, so I have a relationship with her where we're talking about what's coming up, how I'm going to do it, how she should do it, and so it's every day. Okay, so I have never come across, the special ed teacher or anyone that we've not ever agreed on something. It's never happened to me. But if it ever does happen, then I know we have to just look at what's best for the kid and hear their side. They're the specialists, and see if they know what's best for the kid, and then I'll have to adapt and work with her, because my focus is what's best for the kid.
Okay, when students are pulled in the resource setting, we have to make sure that all the teachers, we kind of plan it. There's a master schedule. So before a student gets pulled, a student already received the instruction. So they're not missing any of the content. If they need reteaching, then I can use sometimes the resource setting to either pre-teach vocabulary or to go over any additional work that they need to do. Since I service all these different grade levels, I do second, third, and fourth. Sometimes it's very difficult to find the time and collaborate with the teachers. So it's a must that I have access to the lesson planning. There's prep time, like I have to make sure what's going on in the classroom, so when I go do in-class support, I know what it's needed, and I even take resources. But I'll be honest, it's very hard to collaborate. There's only the more students I have in a certain grade level, that is the one that there's more collaboration. But it is hard to collaborate with 3 grade levels. Sometimes you end up with 4 grade levels. So access to lesson planning, it's a must. What I want general education teachers to know about my job is when students qualify for services, there is a reason why they're in services, and sometimes they have to understand that students come with disabilities that prevents them from functioning like every other student. So they have to understand that it's a must that you follow accommodations. It's a must that you follow their individualized education plan in order for the students to receive the most optimal teaching or learning experience, I would say. Okay, in order for the SPED program to work, general education teachers, they have to be on board. As a general ed, you cannot be territorial. You have to see your partner teacher or your special education teacher as support. They're there to collaborate. There's gonna be problems, but all those pieces, you're supposed to discuss them up front, like simple things as, okay, when a student asks for the restroom, what is going to be the restroom routine? All of those little things, you have to make sure that it's like in writing, or you discuss this. So it's a lot of communication, and there's going to be problems, so just deal the best that you can. I don't know.